Boxing commenced in 1880, formed out of a group of university students through Cambridge and Oxford. Boxing was involved in the very first Olympics in 1904 at the St. Louis Games and has now been involved for somewhere in 103 years, next year 104 years in the Beijing Olympics. The world governing body IBA is currently looking at the process of including women in the Olympic Games, potentially as a test event for 2012 and surely for the Olympic Games in 2016. The ABA has increased women's participation from 150 in 2005 to currently 480 affiliated to the ABA at this moment in time.
The Armed Forces like to support grassroots sport across the board in many disciplines. But boxing has a lot of the social values that actually we uphold in the Armed Forces and the men and women today. Things like commitment, their attitude, and the self-discipline that's required to be a boxer is something that we hold very dear in the military, because it's that focus that tends to make good soldiers, sailors and airmen.
It was in around 1986 that we formed the police clubs of Great Britain. We tried a number of sports, but we quickly discovered that amateur boxing had some degree of street cred for the kids that we were trying to engage with, and we found it was the perfect sport. It provided discipline, it provided health, it provided fitness, everything that we wanted to engage with the kids and get across to them, it provided for us.
I think it all is about the personal and social development of young people, and that's our main aim. That's what we're into, to help young people grow. The main thing about boxing is it's such a challenging sport. It caters, we feel, for a different type, a different sort of youngster. Many of our clubs happen to exist in inner city areas, and a lot of the young people that attend those clubs attend boxing clubs, and there must be somewhere in the region of probably about 300 to 400 boxing clubs that are in affiliation to us.
I first got involved with boxing when I was 13. At that time I was somebody who was considered at risk. I mean, people would often say to me, you're going to end up in prison, if you're not careful. It's quite ironic now, which I could see and speak to those people, because I'd say, yes, I am in prison, but guess what? I've got the keys. The costs vary. It all depends whether we're talking about a young person or an adult offender. If we're talking about a young offender, we're talking something in the region of about £50,000 a year. Even for an adult and older offender who doesn't need as much intervention, you're talking about £40,000. So you're talking huge sums of money to keep people in custody. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I avoided that because I was involved in boxing. I was able to focus my life, and that's something that meant something to me.
Boxing was something different. Traditionally, we've delivered many sports within the prison environment. Boxing was something we thought that may be different, and it may get us somewhere where we haven't been before. Boxing, it's frowned upon within the prison service. Because we're a private prison, we're able to make decisions and do things slightly differently. So we approached Dennis and the guys from the boxing club back in sort of early 2006. And then we thought we'd try and set up a boxing club which was non-contact, that focused on the fitness, the discipline needed as part of boxing to try and improve behaviour around our establishment and reduce reoffending. The boys that take part in the club, you've seen a reduce in the amount of trouble. They've got something to focus on. We've got boys now, and I can think of one success story. Was a difficult young man. He was up and down within the prison regime, so therefore his behaviour didn't always warrant him attending clubs or academies like ours. He managed to join the boxing academy, and that provided the focus and the discipline for him to turn his life around.
We wanted to engage pupils into sport, perhaps that weren't necessarily wanting the traditional sports like football, hockey. So we wanted to offer an opportunity for those pupils to participate in a sport and also get expertise in from outside. Somebody like Brendan and Tony, experts in, so that we can get pupils motivated and engaged in sport.
One of the big changes has been the development of the non-contact side of the sport, so using boxing as a means to getting pupils fit and healthy, actually doing some sport. And the interesting thing for me has been that, that the uptake has been just as good amongst girls as it has amongst boys.
Lots of impact. I think with a lot of pupils it's helped boost their self-esteem, build their confidence, engage them in sport and just generally raise the profile of sport in school.
Boxing is one of the best fitness sports you can do, and there's a lot of obese kids out there now and they'll keep their weight down as well. That's boxing for you. And also give them that discipline. You know, you have to listen to your coach and you have to work with each other. You have to work with all this team. It's like a team game as well, you know, when you're working with each other. Say if in a class, if you get put with a couple of partners, you have to work on the pads with them, and it gives you that as well. And that's what boxing does. And I think for schools, I think it can be brilliant.
Yeah, we're proud to be a part of this family of amateur boxing in partnership with the Amateur Boxing Association of England. We couldn't think of a better arrangement for those kids that are engaging with us in our inner city clubs.
Sport changes lives. Like art and like music, sport changes lives. And I can definitely say that the sport of amateur boxing has changed my life.